Welcome, and I'm now going to demonstrate some important methods inside thread, like join. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate some important method inside thread, like start methods. Start method is what you already learned. The stop method is of course similar. The previous way of the start. Then the thread is going to have the join methods. The thread going to have the sleep methods. The thread going to have the run methods as well, and also the gel methods. Okay, so it's gonna have several more methods, but I'm gonna demonstrate these very important methods. And so far you have learned already, which is the method start. The method stop is in reverse of the method start. The run method is the definition of what to be executed whenever the thread is started. Then that's why we're going to demonstrate about the join, the sleep, and the gel. Okay, so let's just create a new project. Okay, let's just create a new project. Next, so this one finish. No, I'm sorry. Just create a project with a name. Next, this one is thread methods. Okay, and we're going to create a thread. This one is, and you're going to show this one is start of the main. And this one we need to show as well. Whenever you execute, there is already one thread which is called the current. There is at least one thread already executed, already running by default, and that one is the one who executes your main, and that one is called the main threads. Okay, I'm gonna access to that main thread using this method. We're going to take the thread dot current threads dot get names. You will see if we execute this one now, you'll see by default there is already, when you start the main, and inside the main, okay, main thread is a main with name is main. Okay, main thread has there is by default there is a thread which is executing your main thread with the name is main. Okay, with this name is main thread names. Okay, main thread names. Then right now I'm going to create new threads using this way of creating a thread equal to new threads. Okay, inside here I need to specify the new runnable. Okay, new runnable. Inside this runnable there is a run method. This one is run method, which is a place for you to specify what to be executed whenever the thread is executed. So in this case I'm going to display running inside the thread. I'm going to make a for loops and loop for 10 times, and this one I'm going to display running inside their threads. Okay, running inside the threads, okay, or loop number I, and so on and so forth. Okay, then whenever we create a new thread, it's just in a new state and it is not running yet. In order to for that thread to run, you're gonna take thread.start. This one is the meaning of the start method thread, and if you want to, you can just stop it automatically whenever the main is executed, but it's now we shouldn't use it now. Then you're going to execute another lines of code, which is and of the mains. Okay, and of the main. So if you execute this way, you will see. So by default right now, at least there are two threads running inside this program. One is a thread for the main, executing the mains here. And when you execute this line, you're going to create a new thread and you're going to debug. Okay, you give birth to a new thread here, and you still continue to execute the main time slot. That's why you're going to execute this one first before this new thread is executed. That's why you will see it's even execute the end of the main first before your thread is running like this one. Before the thread is running like this. Okay, before your thread is running like this, it's the main thread is executing first. Okay, so it doesn't wait for your thread to run. Okay, it's gonna continue because it still has time slots, so it's continues to execute up until here. Okay, but then if you would like to add the main thread here to wait for a while, let's say before executing this one, if you add the main thread to wait for a while before executing this one, so you're going to say thread this one is means the main thread. Okay, you're going to ask it to sleep, let's say for 3 seconds. Okay, 3 seconds. This one I'm specifying 3000 mean 3000 milliseconds. It means 3 seconds. So your main is going to sleep for three what seconds. Okay, and this one you need to surround the statement with try catch. Okay, so if you execute this one, it's gonna execute up until here, and actually it has the possibility to execute this. But when it's execute thread or sleep, the main thread now is sleep or wait for 3 seconds already. And then when it is waiting, when this one is waiting, it's going to return the processor to the start. Sorry, to the T thread. So it's going to run this one. Then it's going to run the this thread first before running the end of the main thread, because you ask the main thread to sleep for 3 seconds. Again, it's going to start executing. This is create a new thread. You start new thread, but this thread may not be executed yet. It's going to continue to execute the sleep. But when it's executed sleep, then the main thread is sleep. So when the main thread is sleeps, it's going to execute, get back the resources for this thread T to execute. So it's going to execute 10 times this one first. Then it's wait until it finished 3 seconds already. Then it's going to continue the main. Okay, that one is what it means about the sleep method. So if I execute this one now, you'll see. Okay, see, it start first, then it's run main threads, then it's run the your thread first, then it was waiting, then it's end. Okay, see, so it start here, run this first, then it sleep, then it's end. Okay, so it start here, it runs this thread T first, it was sleeping, then it's end. Let me just make it sleep for 10 seconds, let's say. Okay, 10 seconds, and you'll see it won't sleep longer. So you start from this one, you run, you create this thread, then you start the thread, so it's run the thread. Okay, it's not yet run the thread, but when you see the thread sleep, not 10 seconds here, it's gonna sleep for 10 seconds. When it sleep for 10 seconds, it's going to give resources for this thread to execute. Okay, let me just put it 20 seconds then. Okay, so if you execute this one, so it's going to execute from top down here. When it's created start here, it's not executed yet, but when it goes to thread.sleep, this one gonna sleep. Then it's gonna return the resource to T to run. That's what you see this one. Then now it's wait until when it is done. It's wait until finish 20 seconds. Okay, it's gonna continue to this. Okay, it's gonna continue to this. This one is the use of thread sleep methods, which is to add the thread which is executing this line to sleep for a while, and it's going to read its resources for other thread to execute. Okay, and you have another method which is interesting. That's which is, so you can add your main to, let's say, thread.gl. Okay, instead of asking it to sleep for 20 seconds, or sometimes this gl means it's going to give or quit its turns and give the resources to the other thread to run. Just quit one turn, but for how long? No, just a turn. What does it mean? A turns there. Your how to say, your thread, a main thread is, if the main is running like this, the thread T is not running, but when the main is finishes time slot, it's going to give the resources to the thread T. This one is thread main. Okay, this one is thread T, and when this one is finished its time slot, it's going to give the resources to thread main. When main is finished its time slot, it's going to give resources to thread T, and when T is finished its time slot, it's give the resources to the thread M. But this M here is called to gl methods. Gl methods. So if it's called the gl method, then it's going to quit its turns, and if it's quit its turns, this one can continue from here. Okay, the threads can continue from here. Then next time this one can continue normally. So this one is going to quit one turn only. It's going to quit one turn. Okay, this one is what it means for the gel. Okay, so if you execute this one, so when it's start the mains, okay, and then main and end of the mains are actually, even though it's gel one time, but even though gel one time, it's not enough for that one to execute. So it still execute. Okay, okay, still execute the end of the main first. Okay, even though this one is gel. Okay, let me see this one. Okay, 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 okay. This one. Let's just see. Okay, See, so sometimes you'll see, okay, sometimes you'll see from here, this one, okay, it's going to run this one, and because of your quit one turn, so it gives turns to the another thread, and now it is to be executed later. Okay, this one is what it means about yielding. Okay. There is another important method besides slipping and yielding, which is to join. Okay, which is to join. So you can ask the thread t dot join. Okay, thread t dot join with the main. This one you need to do try catch, but there is a special point about joining. Let's no, not a block. We're going to surround this statement with the statement with try catch, and if you run this one, no, not this, not the comments. Okay. You're going to surround the statement, with try catch. Okay, this statement with try catch. Okay, what does that mean? The join here. If you execute this one, there won't be there won't be the case for you to see. You'll see from here. Okay, keep executing. You'll see from here. So when we call the t.join method, and if this one is not started yet, okay, when you call t.join methods, so before we were saying that if we don't call the join, okay, the main going to continue to execute from top down, and even t is not started, it will execute this one main already. So if you run this one, see, it's end of mains already. But if you take t.join, okay, if you take t.join and you join this thread to the main method, then when it start already here, and when you see t.join here, means you join the two threads together, means it's not going to execute the main method here anymore. It's going to wait for this t dot start to complete before it's continuing. Okay, so see from here, you see t gonna be start first. So because you join this one into the main threads, that's why the main thread is going to need to wait for you to execute first. Okay, now let's just test this one. If you put the join method up front here, okay, see, it's going to, if you put it up front here, it's going to still execute the main first before waiting for the start. So let's say you see from here, okay, see from here, okay. So you should put the join after you start here, okay, after you start here. Run this one, so it's going to wait for your main thread. Your main thread is going to wait for your thread to start first before, okay. Your main thread is going to wait for your thread to complete first before it's continue with the end here. That one is what it means about the join methods. Okay, you join your thread into the main. So you're gonna put after you start the thread, you join it with the main. So your main is going to wait for your threads to complete first before continuing here. It's not specifying, it's not quitting. This one is quitting one turn. This one is specifying sleeping for some time. But this one is waiting for this thread to complete first before continuing. Okay, so those are difference between the three HR methods inside again, the thread to sleep and the thread to sleep for some specific amount of time. Thread yield is to quit its own turn, okay, and give the turn to the others. And thread.join is to add the main thread to wait for the other thread to complete first before continuing. Okay, wait for how long? Not any amount of time, not one turn. Okay, if one turn, we don't know how long. This one we specify the time. This one wait until when? Until this one to finish. Okay, that one is what it means. Okay, and next part I want to show you about thread synchronization, as well thread states and thread priority.